mama counting on me. I got my sister counting on me. I got my son and my daughter counting on me. I got a world that gets up every morning and watches me.
Look, I hustle, cause I need food on my plate, and my mama need a high. And that high's gon' need a lake. It ain't up for debate. If you real, you relate. I'm a sprint, you can pace. I'ma shine in your face with the flows I create. Make your soul levitate. Hardly ever hesitate. Go broke, taking breaks. Hold away, get it straight. No limit to the hustle like the baddest Mama Mia. Spit crack, moving packs now with this trap sound. What a flow.
Alright guys, what's up? We are back. It is now 13 weeks out. And let me just say that this prep, I guess you can call it, even though for powerlifting, I guess you really don't have to prep as much unless you have to lose weight. But for me, I am right at the weight limit, so I am enjoying life, eating, and let me just say it has been the best decision, hands down, to focus my attention more on powerlifting and not onto men's physique. Long story short, I was interested in men's physique more or less for the physique aspect of it, and I'll get into more detail in a later video. I talk about other things in my life leading up to powerlifting, but I've been so attracted to it because I've learned through the sport that it's like, see, bodybuilding, I mean, nothing against bodybuilders. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, that's what floats your boat. But for me personally, bodybuilding is very subjective. It's very, this judge likes to see front delts. This judge likes to see, a nice fully rounded shoulder. This judge likes a big chest. This judge likes a V-taper, etc., etc. So, and then it's also on how you look. Like, if you eat like 5 grams too much of something, or rice cakes, and your body doesn't exactly, appear right when you eat rice cakes, you get a little bloated or something for some reason. It looks better when you eat Reese's Puffs. I don't know. That's obviously just an example, but you know what I mean. It's very subjective. Like powerlifting, it's either you lift the fucking weight or you don't. There's no middle ground. It's black and white. I mean, bodybuilding's really gray. And the thing I really lost about it was just like in the Olympia, it's just repeat after repeat after repeat. Like, yes, there's a few here and there where they came back. I'm pretty sure Jay Cutler was one. I know Arnold was another that sort of either left or lost their title and won it back. But for the most part, it's like this guy wins and then he just goes on a steamroller and just wins for like 12 years in a row. So it's not really interesting. Like powerlifting, it's like you have to lift the weight. So I've really I've really started to love powerlifting. Like I just like it so much more. I enjoy my training sessions. I mean, it's just fun to lift heavy weights. I'm enjoying this prep. I'm enjoying fitness more. Like this is what I like to do. I mean, I may do a men's physique show or something for fun, but I mean, it's not my true passion. Passion is definitely in powerlifting, and this prep has definitely helped me find it. And I'll definitely get into more detail later about how I kind of, I guess you could say, went down the wrong path in terms of my fitness journey, and how I sort of was looking at fitness and what you see out in mainstream media and how it's portrayed to everybody else. And I fell captive to that, and it definitely did some damage in my life for probably a good 2 to 3 years. But anyway, jumping into the prep, let's go roll the clips on the progress photos from this week. Now, jumping into the progress photos, as you can see, I still look pretty lean. I mean, I'm not really going to complain. I gained maybe 1/10 of a pound overall in the weekly average, which isn't bad, but very thrilled with how the results are going. And, I mean, never really much to say in terms of nutrition. I just sort of post my progress photos for you guys to kind of see, how I look and everything, and keep myself honest, and just let you guys know that I'm not realistically like all shredded up or something, just to keep myself honest. But let's go over into training, the more important part of powerlifting, and let's roll the clips on the AMRAP sets from this week of training. So I forgot to mention in nutrition, the intake was staying the same this week as you saw in the previous slide. Nothing much really happens in the nutrition aspect, so kind of just holding steady and adding in a gram or two of carbs or fats here or there if my weight starts to drop, but mostly just maintaining it in that regards. Jumping over into training though, like I mentioned, these are squats. Squats are really actually going pretty well. My form is
pretty decent. On the last couple reps of the AMRAP here, I would get this for 8 reps. Got a little loosey-goosey. The bar started to slide on my back. I guess the grip, I lost grip in my hands. I didn't hold it tight, and I could feel it shifting. So I just re-racked it after the 8th rep. I probably could have grinded out another 2 reps at least. My legs weren't too tight. It was more or less that the bar got out of position, and it wasn't worth fighting the out of position bar to get the extra rep to possibly risk an injury. So I just re-racked the weight, and we'll try to keep my form a little bit tighter in the future. Jumping over to bench press. Now, my form did suck on bench, and I worked on it this week. I did some extra just with the bar, setting up and pressing it, and these right here, these felt phenomenal. I would get 5, as you'll see eventually. I almost got 6, ran out of gas about midway up through the range of the motion, but these felt really good. I watched Lay Norton's video on bodybuilding.com of how to bench press and how to set up and properly do it, and let me say, these felt probably the best I've ever felt in a long time. Pretty stoked. Yeah, you can see, just ran out of gas right there. Couldn't quite get up. Was a little disappointed, and but definitely happy with how bench press is going. And then here is deadlifts. Jumping over into these. Sorry, the footage is a little fuzzy. I must have touched it with my hand with chalk on it before I set up the camera, so forgive the poor footage there. But I would get 8 reps here, and this is, I believe, 300 pounds. So, but these felt really well, actually. My shins are still, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because the camera's blurry, but my shins are a little too far over the bar. It's always like something I gotta constantly remind myself to. Shins back a little more vertical, and pull back my lats before I pull through the floor. But overall, very, very excited with how this prep is going.